Hello children, in this video we'll discuss the second part of the transportation system in humans, that is transporting vessels. And in the transporting vessels, the vessels which we'll discuss in detail are blood vessels. The vessels which carry, the ducts which carry the blood into our body, into the body of humans is known as or are known as blood vessels. The blood vessels are of three types: arteries, veins, and capillaries. We'll discuss the arteries and veins in the form of a difference. The first parameter on which we differentiate the arteries and veins is wall thickening. Arteries have thick wall. This is the wall of arteries. And veins have thin walls. This is the wall of. So arteries have thick walls and veins have thin walls. The second difference is lumen. You can combine these two differences as well. That is, wall thickening and lumen, they can be read together as well. As their wall is thick, the lumen, the cavity in between them, this is the lumen. This is wall. The lumen is narrow. So arteries have thick walls and narrow lumen. Why they have thick walls? Because the pressure of the blood in the arteries is quite high. So to maintain that pressure, to tolerate that pressure, the wall of the arteries is quite high. And the lumen of veins, as you can see, it is wide. So veins have thin walls and wide lumen, and arteries have thick walls and narrow lumen. Third is nature of blood. Nature of blood which they carry. Arteries carry oxygenated blood, except pulmonary artery. It is the only artery which carry deoxygenated blood. Veins carry deoxygenated blood. What is deoxygenated blood? Carbon dioxide rich blood. Except pulmonary veins. Do remember these exceptions quite well, bache. Arteries carry oxygenated blood except pulmonary artery. Veins carry deoxygenated blood except pulmonary veins. The next difference is direction of flow of blood with respect to heart. Arteries carries the blood away from the heart. That means whensoever heart contracts, the blood will goes into the arteries. That is why the pressure in the arteries is quite high. Whensoever heart contracts, it will sense the blood away from it in high pressure. And whensoever heart contracts, the blood will goes into the arteries. That is why the pressure in the arteries is quite high, and that is why the arteries arterial wall is quite thick. Whereas veins carries the blood towards heart. The veins carry the blood, the deoxygenated blood from the body parts, from the body cells towards the heart, so that heart can send it to the lungs for the exchange. Next, pressure. The pressure of the blood in arteries is high and veins is low. Next, and a very important difference, valves. What are valves? Valves are the structures which prevents the backflow of blood. Valves एक ऐसी स्ट्रक्चर होती है बच्चों जो बैकफ्लो ऑफ ब्लड को रोकती है, जो ब्लड का बैकफ्लो होने नहीं देती. So arteries do not have the valves. Valves are absent in arteries. As the pressure is quite high, so there is no chance whatsoever possible of backflow. Whereas veins possess valves. Valves are present in veins. So arteries do not possess valves, whereas veins possess valves. The valves are present in veins. It's a very important individual question as well. Why arteries do not have valves, whereas veins does? The answer is the pressure of the blood in the arteries is quite high, due to which there is no chance of backflow in arteries. And the pressure of blood in the veins is quite less. So there are chances that the blood can backflow. So to prevent that backflow, the veins possess the valves, whereas arteries do not possess these valves. Now we'll discuss about the capillaries. Capillaries are the thinnest blood vessels. They are only 1 to 2 cell thick, and they are formed by the distribution of arteries, and later on when these capillaries combine, they form veins. As in this diagram, we'll draw the capillary network. This is a red colored vessel, and the red colored blood usually represented in the oxygenated form. This is an artery. It is divided into the fine capillaries here near the body cells or body tissues. In this part, the oxygen is released to cells or to the body parts, to the tissues, and the carbon dioxide intake takes place. So the oxygenated blood now become deoxygenated, and the arteries divide to form capillaries. These capillaries then later on join together to form veins. So the oxygenated blood is exchanged, the oxygen of the blood is exchanged with the cells, and the carbon dioxide comes inside the cells and inside the capillaries, and those capillaries combine together to form veins. So capillaries are the thinnest blood vessels. They are formed by the distribution of arteries, and when capillaries combine, they'll form veins.